Hello, everyone. Bryce K. Nielsen here, back for episode 3 of Work from Home Freedom, the show where I give you tips and talk that I've learned and talk about my online business journey. First of all, I'll start off with some of the numbers I said I was going to give you. I still have to look up some of them. I've not been perfect at starting to track everything that I said I was going to be tracking, but I've improved greatly. For example, last week I talked about a guy named Ray Higdon, and I'm a member of his private group, which costs $20 a month. They have a tracker in there, and I've been in this group for weeks, and it's one you fill out every Sunday, and this past Sunday was the first time I ever filled it out. And I had to kind of guess at some of the numbers. The next time I won't be guessing so badly. So it's going to show a big improvement, but it's mostly because I wasn't tracking. But I will do better. I am using his activity planner every day. I just forget to write down some of the information at the time that something happens. Then I go back later and try to figure it out, and it's kind of complicated. So anyway, last week I told you I had 808 Facebook friends and I had 260 LinkedIn connections. And this week I have today I have 891 friends, which is an increase of 83. I just did that in my head because I forgot to calculate it at first. 276 on LinkedIn. That's an increase of 16, even though I'm not asking anybody to be a connection. It's just people connecting to me. I have, since last week, I have changed from doing 5 cold contacts a day. I'm now doing 25 connections a day. I forget which day I started, but I'm now doing 25 connections a day, where I ask people specifically if they're open to joining, if they're open to learning about my business. I should have been doing this 2 months ago, so I feel really very bad about it. I was kind of a little bit confused about what the definition was, and I didn't seek clarification, and it occurs to me that maybe because I didn't want to find out that the harder version was the one I should be going with, but it's the harder version. I've had confirmation of that, this week since I decided to do it. I'm sure it was there all along, but I really noticed it. You know what you focus on, you're more likely to see, you're more likely to remember. I can come back to that later, maybe. I had to review my 2 previous videos on this. You may be noticing this is a day later than usual. I usually do these on a Thursday. That's my plan going forward. But I was very busy yesterday, and I happened to have 4 days off. So I'm home today. That's great. Gives me opportunity to develop some aspects of my business that I have not been actively working on. So for example, yesterday I bought some paid leads for the first time. I've received the first set of them. I bought 25 paid leads. These are people who filled out a form saying that they wanted to find an online business, and they're telephone interviewed leads, which means somebody else has already called them to talk to them and gauge how serious they are about doing a business. Now, I had an option that I could have gone for a more expensive version, and I could have gotten only people who said they were willing to spend up to $100 to join a business. Because that's really what I'm looking for, because my business is just under $100 to join. But I thought that I wanted not only use this as a way to find people for myself in the business, but I also want to use it as a way to help and encourage the people that are underneath me, even though they're not my personal referrals. It would affect my business if they left. And so I want to help them. And so I decided to try the more affordable version first. And then I can always do the more expensive one later if I have to. So this one was only I'm going to be getting the names of 25 people that have already been phone interviewed, 5 a day. I already have the first 5 today. I should be calling them right away. I'm not calling anybody today because I'm still working on training of how to do. I've never done telephone prospecting. I've only done it on social media, so I'm going to watch some more training before I try to call anybody. And I'm sure I will be not great at it when I first start. They do say with a lot of things that you learn how to do it by doing it. So I'm not necessarily expecting the first few people I join are going to be, I'm not expecting my first few phone calls are going to be fine examples that I would want everybody to see. But I have some training already. I have like suggestions on what you're supposed to say. I have a private Facebook group I've joined where they have all sorts of training on it. They have 4 things you're supposed to watch before you do anything else. And I watched one of them so far. It was an hour long. I got 3 more to get through. I plan to start making those phone calls tomorrow. We can finally get to a couple. It's suggested that you do prospecting every day. So now I've got 2 ways of doing prospecting. So this is a new skill I'm learning, how to prospect over the phone as opposed to a private message on Facebook or LinkedIn. I do find people to share my presentation, my video about my business with on LinkedIn as well. So now I'll be finding people that I already know are interested in business. They may not necessarily want my business, but that's what we'll determine during these calls and with the emails I send them, with them watching the videos I send. Obviously, not everybody's going to join, but this is a process. It's going to take time, but I'm starting it. That's important. So there's one new aspect of my business that I'm working on. I also signed up today for I may not have said before, maybe I mentioned it, that my business opportunity that I'm mainly focused on, besides the marketing side where you're building a team, they also have the product is education, and they're teaching you a very valuable skill, how to trade. The primary focus of the trading is doing foreign exchange or Forex, but you can use it for trading any kind of financial asset, including gold and silver, oil, stocks and bonds and options, any of those things you can do it with as well. Cryptocurrency even. I've signed up for an account and I have to wait for them to approve it. Actually 2 accounts, one that I'm going to put real money in and one that I'm going to have a much larger amount in as a demo account, which means I'm not really spending any money. I'm just doing it to learn. 2 days ago I signed up for, there's a trading alert that they send you, and I had to download an app called Telegram, and I signed up on there, and so now I get alerts whenever the traders at the company decide that a particular investment is a good one. They send you an alert about it, and you can just, before you've even completed the course, you could start trading just by following their alert. And they have a pretty good track record. They don't all win, but they win more often than they lose. A lot of people have also been on live Zoom calls where they were showing, they should call it live trading sessions. We have some within our team, and there's also some that the company does. Very experienced traders who are actually making a lot of money trading, and everybody can watch what they're trading, and you can copy their trades if you have a broker account already. So this is very useful stuff. So I'm exploring that side of things. I have one more thing that I need to work on breaking through. I'm breaking through all sorts of barriers. I have a course within the blogging platform that I'm in, and I've been kind of stalled on that for about the last month. Probably not going to have time today, but maybe tomorrow I'll get in there and work on that a bit. Got Sunday as well, when I'm not doing calls with my church. So yeah, it's a good day. I was actually in a fairly good mood. The other thing is I'm making health changes. Um, I'm working on a weight loss plan. I haven't been great at sticking to the meal restrictions. Over on Facebook, you'll find a no, it's actually on here. It's actually here on YouTube as well. You'll find a video about a program called Bright Line Eating. It has 4 bright lines, four rules that you never break. One of them is that you don't eat flour, you don't eat sugar, you only eat your designated number of meals a day. For most people, that's 3 meals a day. Quantities. You weigh your food. You have exact quantities that you're supposed to eat specified. You have some wiggle room within the categories to choose which food you want for that category, and then you write it down the day before, so it's not based on willpower. So I've been actually following the no flour and no sugar for the last week. I've not done so well with the other 2 lines. I tend to eat extra every day after I have my 3 meals, but I'm eating healthier foods now. I'm not eating junk food. I'm going to say not all of the food that I'm eating is necessarily healthy. We have proteins that maybe you wouldn't consider a health food, like hot dogs aren't a health food, right? But I eat hot dogs, and that's a serving of protein. Usually about 3 hot dogs is a serving of protein. So I'm working on my health. I haven't weighed a second time, so I don't know if I've lost any weight yet. But when I said I was in a better mood, it just occurred to me that I've cut out caffeine, I've cut out sugar. So it may be that my brain is adapting, and that's why I was in a good mood. It may also be the fact that I was looking at 3 more days where I didn't have to go anywhere. That's very nice. But I need some. Of course, I need a reason. I need a reason that's more long term than that, right? I mean, how am I going to be? How am I going to be? If that's what it's based on, how am I going to be happy on Monday, right? So anyway, let me get to some other things here. There's probably somewhere I wanted to go with that, and I've totally forgotten about it. So all these things I'm working on. I'm working on this course. Oh, I have another course, which is the one that teaches you how to do Forex. I'll work on that this weekend as well. This is one where you're trying to decide for yourself what trades to do, and you're not just copying somebody else. I watched the first 11 videos of that series, and did that about probably 3 weeks ago, and I haven't watched anything else since then. It still takes me way longer than it should to be adding people and sending messages, but I am doing the 20, like I said, I am doing the 25 messages a day now. I'm doing the 15 minutes of personal development every day before I start my routine. I'm not tracking this, but it's something that I do every day. I write down my 10 gratitudes in the morning. I then write a statement with my left hand, which I got from Bob Proctor. Can't tell you exactly how long I've been doing it, but it's been a little while. I want to say it's been over a month, and I missed one day in that time. and it has to do with the spiritual DNA. Your spiritual DNA is perfect, that sort of thing. You can hear the exact statement if you go to his April 6th video, but I'm now watching one from this month. So yeah, so I've got an hour-long video that Bob Proctor just did a couple of days ago that I've been watching for self-development. I'm now about halfway through it. And he does a diagram. I was just watching this morning. He does a diagram that shows all the energy coming in, and you can turn it in a positive or a negative direction. Let me find these notes. Let's see if that's it. Nope, that's the webinar I went to last night. Here we go. All right, so it's got a series of opposites, positive or the negative. On the negative side, you have ignorance, which leads to worry and doubt. That leads to fear, which leads to anxiety, which you then suppress. The suppression of the anxiety leads to depression, which leads to dis-ease or disease, which leads to disintegration of your body. So those are all the negatives. And then opposite them, there's an equal number of items on the other side. So opposite of ignorance, you have knowledge. So you can apply your energy to ignorance or knowledge. Knowledge leads to understanding, but to get there, you have to study. So it's a process. It's an action that you take, studying to get the understanding. And the understanding leads to faith. So the faith is opposite the fear, and he points out the faith and the fear both demand that you believe in something you can't see. If you have faith, you're believing in something you can't see, which is good. And if you have fear, you're believing in something you can't see that is negative, and it may not even be real, right? I was afraid of getting in front of a camera, but there was no reason for me to be afraid. Nothing bad has happened. I haven't even had a negative comment on a video. I'm sure it will happen one day, but it's been a good experience. And yet I was afraid of it. Now, I can't say that that same thing would be true if I decided to go skydiving, but that's something that's way down on my list of priorities. Let's just put it that way, to overcome that fear. Fear of heights is another one I deal with. I do have to climb ladders at work sometimes, so that's an aspect. For the most part, it doesn't affect a whole lot. So let's see. After faith, faith leads to well-being, which leads to expression, acceleration, being at ease, as opposed to dis-ease, right? At ease, which leads to creation. And he talks a lot about how we're God's highest form of creation, and we are ourselves creative beings. So focusing on the positive leads to you creating what you want. So that's my helpful tips for today. Right, I'm going to pull up my Facebook profile and give you an interaction number. I'm going to give you interaction from a video that I did yesterday. That one's not really all that great. It's a video I posted last night. It's had 5 likes and 2 shares. Those were both me. No comments. Might have been the call to action I put in there might not have been the best. A post I did last night. These are motivational posts, but not with a picture, just a background and sticking emojis. This one has had 26 comments, About half of those are me responding to somebody else. And I have had 25 likes. That is amazing. This is from about a day and a half ago. If I go back to my video from 2 days ago, I have 7 likes, 4 comments. I put out a call to action there where I was sending out bonus tips, and 1 person asked for the tips, which is the first time that's happened for me. So I'm looking for that number to go up. Just letting you know where I'm at. Let's see, what other types do I have. I have a few other posts that I've allowed other people to put on there where they tagged me. As long as they're not promoting a business and it's somebody that I have a good relationship with and it's interesting content, I don't mind. In my video from 3 days ago, 10 likes, 6 comments. I have another post that had another motivational post that had 19 likes and 15 comments. Looks like I forgot to reply to one of them, so that would be 16. All right, I'm not going to go back any further than that. Anyway, that's to give you information and record it for myself of where I'm at. Now, I have not found that I get much interaction when I post something on LinkedIn, but I'll be working on that more later. Not a high priority right now. I'm super focused on achieving my first rank in this business. It requires me to get 3 personal referrals. I will be talking more about that in my other video that I do today, which will be live over on Facebook. But I just looked up how you download a video, and I'll be adding it here on YouTube as well. That other one will be part of the 21-day challenge I'm part of. Today is day 15. So anyway, if you're liking this information, this content, and you want to find out more about my business, you can click on the link below. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Over on Facebook. Oh, I'm not posting this one on Facebook. These are like the only videos I'm not posting on Facebook right now. It's just once a week one that I do an update. Now, I kind of modeled the series after one that my sponsor has been doing for years. He's putting an episode number on every one of his videos. I'm intending to do that after this 21-day series is over. But for now, it's just this once a week update. I keep forgetting to look at the light. I always look at the screen where it shows me my face. A very bad habit I have to break. I just keep working on it. Just keep practicing. One of these days it'll come natural. Maybe I'll look down once in a while just to make sure that something's not out of place. You may be noticing I shaved off my beard. I'm wearing that default setting gratitude shirt again. It is clean. I just did laundry yesterday. All right. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys again on another video, or talk to you again. I don't really see you, but one of these days maybe one of these days I'll have this new Facebook room that everybody's talking about. I don't know if you've seen that. It just came out yesterday. Facebook now has their own version of Zoom or Skype. And it sounds like it's better in some ways because you don't have to set it for a particular time. You can leave it open and people can just drop in. It doesn't have the limitation on how many people can be in there that some of the other programs do. And they've learned a lot from their security holes that they've had with other programs. So it sounds like this one's going to be more secure. You can set it up, apparently, so people who aren't even on Facebook can come to this. Now, that sounds interesting. I just watched a 7-minute video of the founder, Mark Zuckerberg, talking about these rooms earlier today. That was interesting news. I only found out about it today. I mean, I suppose I saw the link yesterday, but I didn't know what it was. So anyway, I may set up one of those rooms. But I would be there to discuss business, not to just hang out. I could potentially do a hangout one on my personal Facebook profile. But anyway, that would be a good idea. So anyway, gotta get out of here and get ready for my other video, which I'm going to be doing a live. It'll be my first live in a couple of weeks since I finished the first 5-day challenge that I was on. But I want to challenge myself and I want to boost my engagement a bit. So be doing another live. Anyway, until next week, if you're just watching these videos, or till tomorrow, or whatever other video you watch, have a good day. Work from Home Freedom, Episode 3 is now concluded. All right.